o'clock. Roll call, please.
McIntyre,
Here.
Heater,
Here.
DeCook.
Here.
First on the agenda is a budget presentation. Megan Andrew, please.
Budget highlights for fiscal year 22. We have the completion of the Justice Center and the 911 Communications capital projects. Preparation for the Justice Center opening in summer of 2022 are included in this budget, as well as decreases to our property tax levies. There's a 3-cent decrease to the general supplemental levy, 17-cent decrease to the mental health and disabilities levy, an 18-cent decrease to the rural services basic levy, and a 2-cent decrease to the debt levy. Fiscal year 22 budget summary, total expenditures not including interfund transfers, $49,975,759. Total revenues are $30,894,325. Taking out the non-capital project expenditures, the normal budgetary items for the operating budget for the county is $30,862,138. Expenditures by department. The Department of Management form that is published is by service area. The breakdown of those appropriations by department in a comparison to the original budget from fiscal year 21, you can see that the large increase is in the Sheriff's Department, where there is that preparation for getting the jail operational in the coming year. Engineer's office varies year to year depending on the projects that are on there, and the other large increase you'll see in non-departmental. That is due to transfers. There is a transfer budgeted for the $1.2 million that may be necessary to complete the Justice Center. Revenues by sources within the budget. Of course, property tax is at 59% of the revenues that the county brings in. Intergovernmental is at 26% of the revenues. Those are the state and federal grants, PILT, use tax. Other county taxes is at 8%. Those are the gas and electric utilities, the local option sales tax, mobile home taxes. Charges for services, those are recording fees, driver's license, motor vehicle fees, those types of items. And then the reduction, we have a use of money and property, which is our interest earned, and that was previous year was 2%, and it fell to less than 1% based on interest rates at this time. The fiscal year 22 levy rate, the general basic remains at the maximum $3.50. The general supplemental is reduced to $1.70513. Mental health is at the 39-cent, debt is at $1.06 for a total countywide levy of $6.66241 per $1,000 of value. The rural basic with its reduction, the total countywide plus the rural comes to $8.76. You can see the breakdown of that debt payment. The Justice Center debt payments for fiscal year 22, because of those value growths, are coming in at just under the 80 cents, 79, and then the 911 Communications is right at 26 cents. The residential tax computation, there are 3 factors that influence what your tax dollars that you pay each year. There's the assessed value, the residential, the rollback, and then the levy rate of taxation. The rollback has already been established by the state, so there is a difference between fiscal year 21 and fiscal year 22. The taxable amount will increase because the rollback is going from 55% to the 56.4%. So if your assessed values remain the same, your rollback change would show an increase of taxable value of that $2,700, and then the levy rate reductions that have gone into place. So on your urban calculation, the 758 would be your fiscal year 21 estimate. For fiscal year 22, you would see a decrease of about $6 because of those levy rate reductions. On the rural residential side, it's the same rollback. It is the same taxable value for a residential property. The levy rate is different because of that rural basic levy. So we have the comparison between the $9 and the 16 cents and the $8 and the 76 cents. So whereas your taxes in 21 in this example would have been $1,009, it'll drop to $989, a decrease of about $20. Looking ahead, state funding of that rollback replacement backfill dollars continues to be a loss of revenue concern. The state discusses that pretty much every year. Potential increases to mental health levy rate as regional fund balancers are spent down. The decrease to that mental health levy is due to those fund balance spend downs that are required by legislation. We do anticipate that in the coming years that levy rate will need to increase to meet their budgetary needs, because this reduction is so that there is a fund balance reduction. The operational budget for the new Justice Center will be in fiscal year 23, so we'll see changes in there. And then the secondary road shop site project is still in the works. And that is a summary of the fiscal year 22 budget.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that presentation. At this point, do we have a motion to open this meeting to a public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open to a public hearing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye. We are now in public hearing. Is there any comments from the public?
Well, I'm
regarding
trying to
our
stop
budget?
screen sharing. The little, Joe, can you help me, please? This is what I need to stop screen sharing, but I can't get it to come up.
Go back to the Zoom meeting, right?
Yes, so that I can end the screen sharing. Any thoughts?
Let me see.
Apologize, technical difficulties.
We will get there, and we will keep our public comment open as long as necessary.
I'm glad it's not just me. I can see the people. So if there's anyone that has comment, I think Supervisor McIntyre, are you able to speak? And
Yes, I'm able to.
okay, so I think you can still have public comment, and they're in the Zoom. So if they have public comment, those that are on, they would be able to speak. I just can't get to our other screen.
That'll work. Is
Okay.
there anyone in the
Controls are
room
fine
or
right now.
online who would like to make any public comment or discussion regarding the fiscal year budget?
I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, we
How
can
many
still
are
accomplish
online?
it.
Two?
What's that?
Two?
That's what I got.
Yes.
Ask one of the other ones that are online, Marilyn, for example, use her, see if she can hear us.
Marilyn, can you hear us and are able to speak if you would like?
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, very good. I just want to make sure that we're,
I can hear you. Thank you.
very good, thank you.
And also, I'm glad to see younger people have problems with this technology.
You trained ones.
Me too.
Excellent, so I'm glad to know that those that are online or here in the room are able to speak if they so choose to. I'm going to do a last call for public comment, and then we're going to close the public hearing. Is there anyone in the room or online who would like to speak?
I'd like to know exactly how, I couldn't see, and she showed the screen, how much we brought in with our local option sales.
The local option sales tax, let me pull that number.
Right.
The estimate that is in is 2 million.
Okay, that's one of my questions. That's all I need. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, seeing no other public comment either in the room or online, do we have a motion to close public hearing?
I'll make a motion to
I'll
close.
move. That's okay. Go ahead, dear.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call please, Tracy.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, we're out of public hearing. Okay, number 4 on the agenda is approve fiscal year 2021-2022 elected official salaries. Action item number 4 on the agenda.
Okay. I did not approve of the salaries for the supervisors to be raised 2%.
Supervisor Heater, the supervisor's salary is the one salary out of the bunch where we get the comp board sends us numbers and then we can decrease or approve, but they are pro-rational. And so, or prorated, I suppose. And so supervisors, it looks like we've got a 2% increase. I'm open to discussion. It looks like Supervisor McIntyre is against that. What are your thoughts, sir?
I would be in favor of the increase. I think that it's, I just have no issues with an increase. I think that the new adjusted salary is in line with other counties. I could almost make the argument that it's below other counties with the same population as ours. So I think it's important for this salary to keep pace. So I would be in favor of the increase.
Okay, we've got, it looks like one opposed, one in favor. I'll just be as honest and transparent as I can be. here's my general thought. I know that there are citizens in the county that are desirous of this board to go to 5. I'm not sure where this current board is. I suspect I know where at least one is definitively on that question. There's really 2 approaches to do it. One of which is having the supervisors as a group. A majority of the 3 of us determined that we are desirous to move to 5. In the event that we do not do that, the citizens of this county have the option to petition the same. I think they need 35 or 3,600 votes. That might change or fluctuate just a tad based on the census numbers, which I have not yet seen as of today. But it's some percentage of the voters. If they then choose to put it on the ballot, I'm somewhat confident that those folks could probably get those numbers by November and have it as an elected, or have it on the ballot in November for the voters to decide. I'm really on the fence on this one. It is a part-time position. I'm fully aware of that. If we do at some point go to 5, I'm very confident that the the salary would be reduced because we would have then 5 folks doing the work that 3 folks are doing currently. So I'm really on the fence on it. 2% doesn't seem like a whole lot. I don't. Megan, can you tell us when the last time the supervisor's salary was increased?
Fiscal year 18.
18, so we're about 3 years out. I'm okay with not doing it. I'm okay with doing it. That's a terrible answer when we got 1 yes and 1 no. Crystal or Supervisor McIntyre or Heater, can you, one of you 2 sway me to your side of the deal, and I'll vote accordingly.
I'll concede. I just feel, my concern is, as time goes on, if we don't increase this salary and 10 years down the road or 15 years down the road, it stays where it's at, I think it causes some concerns. I, for one, feel like this could almost be a full-time job, depending on, how you engage. And I have no issues on keeping it the same for me for as long as I'm here. I have no issues with that at all. But I think it's something I would ask Supervisor McIntyre and Chairman Cook to think about long-term. Think about who, I think we want to have an attractive salary for people in the future to run. Like right now, a young male or female may not run based on the salary, and if it stays in pace, maybe we would get more opportunity to have other people be on this board at some time. So, but I for today's purposes, since the chairman is on the fence, I certainly don't feel a need to press this or push it over a couple of percent, certainly. So I would concede my position, but it is a concern long term, I think.
And Supervisor McIntyre, do you have some rationale on your thoughts?
I've always had the core belief that public service should be just that, service. So when I started petitioning to become supervisor, I had no idea that it was a paid position. I will continue to go along those lines. I'm grateful for the salary I get, but I personally do not want to be involved in increasing that salary.
Okay, understood. I'll agree with this. You're in a tough position sitting in the seat, making salary recommendations that affect yourself. And I fully concede that the optics of a salary increase that you vote upon for yourself, and I know we have a comp board, and they said increase it 6%, but we're at 2%. I fully understand and concede that that's still an awkward position, but I will take the position tonight that I still just hate the optics of people voting a raise for themselves. I agree with you, Crystal, it is a service position. No one's getting rich doing this, and we do take some lumps for our position. But for this year, especially considering the pandemic and the economic difficulties that so many are having, some of which in this county, I am also fine with reducing that 2% and just keeping it status quo for yet another year. So the third or fourth year in a row, the supervisors, I'm fine with that. I'm certainly also in your same camp. I'm not serving for a paycheck. I'm fine with that. I will caution the board and the citizens or whoever's watching this that at some point, I just think it's going to come up for a vote. I don't know if that's going to be directed by the supervisors or from the public themselves, but I hear a lot of things, and my strong inclination is that at some point, the citizens of this county will vote on a 5-member board. In the event that that day happens and they approve it, I will say definitively that I would be supportive of a reduction in supervisor staff, supervisor pay, and also I would be in favor of prorating benefits for the position, because if there are 5 folks doing the work of 3, then it would make logical sense to me that pay and benefits should decrease appropriately and proportionally. But at this point, I would agree with you. I'm sort of on the fence, but I would agree with you that I don't like the optics of it. I don't like to vote for a pay raise that benefits myself and my colleagues as well. And so the supervisors category is the one elected official category where we do have that option of deviating from the comp board reduction. And as amended, I will personally make the motion to approve the salaries of our elected officials as amended. So it would be a 3% auditor, 2% attorney, 2% recorder, 2% sheriff, 0% supervisors, and 2% treasurer. That will be my motion tonight.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion on that motion and second, Tracy, roll call please.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to subject matter number 5, approve fiscal year 2021-2022 budget. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Warren County Board of Supervisors, approve the fiscal year 21-22 county budget as presented.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion from my colleagues?
Good job, Megan.
I agree. This is, this is the last year that we'll have Megan Andrew as our budget director, and I second that comment there. Well done, Megan. Tracy, roll call, please.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye, motion carries. Prior to getting to number 6, I will take just a quick brief moment and state something that I think is important for the public to understand. I don't know what the numbers are over, let's say, the last 10 years of budgets that have been approved unanimously, but my guess is we're batting less than 500 on that. And so this board just approved a budget for next fiscal year on a 3-0 vote, and while 2-1 still gets it done, I'm very pleased that we worked together collaboratively through a lot of meetings to make that happen, to address the concerns for the citizens of this county, and to reach a 3-0 vote approval. And Darren is certainly right. Thank you, Megan, that was really, really well done. Number 6, approve fiscal year 2021-22 department appropriations.
I'll make a motion to approve those appropriations.
I will second.
Is there any discussion on that? See none, roll call, please.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Aye. And before we get to number 7, I have one concluding comment. It is in regard to the general supplemental levy rate. We approved the budget as presented. It was a decrease this year of 3 cents. Part of that, just to be as transparent as I can with you, part of that was because we had some tentative funds allocated to the EMA division that did not end up getting allocated to them. And so the general fund balance will increase some this year. It was possible for this board to decrease that levy rate by a penny or maybe 2. But in the event that at some future point in time, we need to address that, then we will have the seed money to do so. And so while it was certainly contemplated to go to 4 cents or perhaps even 5 cents, we are decreasing the levy rate. That fund balance will grow. That is your tax dollars sitting in a fund balance in a trust account, effectively. And at a future year or next year, we can address that again. But it is my desire, where possible, to decrease levy rates if possible. But this year, we set ourselves on 3 cents, and I'm fine with that. That's what we approved. We will certainly take that up again next year to see if we can add a cent or 2 more, depending on how things go, which is certainly yet to be determined. So, with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
We got it. First by Crystal and a second by Derek. Tracy.
McIntyre,
Aye.
Heater,
Aye.
DeCook.
Hi, we are adjourned. Thank you all for your time. Have a good night.